how life can change. One moment you are okay, one moment you are in the gym, running, feeling very fit, you are doing everything. And the next moment you are lying in bed helplessly and feeling like, wala longa anytime. I felt that myself. I mean, I was okay. I was doing everything. I mean, that day I was admitted in hospital. I had even gone out. I came back, went to a restaurant. I had my meal, came home, and I mean, mumalo kuisa tampafekwa tikatwishi. And you remember, I posted even here on social media to say, ine mumala mule kalipa. So I was able to even go on social media, and people were giving me advices. No, do this, do that, do this, whatever, not knowing that the problem will escalate to almost a point of death. And ended up in a hospital being operated on. It was just something else. So when you go through that, much as it is painful, but I think you learn something. You learn to respect that we don't really own our lives. We are okay by the grace of God. And I wish some of you would learn this lesson, would have this sink in. Even if it is politics, you would learn to respect the life of others or the health of others. I think it is not fair that we should bring the issues of health and into politics and politicize them. No, I don't think this is fair. I don't think it is a good way in doing politics. The problem to quite social media, everyone who is able to open a phone now only politician. As long as you are able to talk now when you are a politician. But some of you, I can tell you, you may be coming on social media and talking, but in terms of politics, muchiri abana. Some of you think that you can even compete with some of us. Mwachepa. Mwachepa sana. Mwachepa lakini mie. No. Patali kutali tuafuma. For you to reach a certain level, ika level na wapuaka, aka level na wapuapa, kakulu, kutali nafuma. Kutali nafuma, Muzambia, whether you like it or not, I am the biggest opposition. Muzambia, niba nani, njeveni kwa niba nani mwe. I'm the biggest opposition. I am the biggest opposition, whether you like it or not, whether utarike. You are ever talking about that? You are ever talking about that? Ngana rande fintu nishna mutola tayari rande, especially ngana mi supporter. If you think that I've said something that is in your interest, nishna musenda mwambo kusawankanya. Why? Because tayari is a big politician. He is a big politician. But whatever I have did not come overnight. Did not come overnight. Kutarinafuma. Big politician. Ngana imino muntu, ngana imina pachintu. Fia senkana. Nede na wakuno kunse na lishe charo. But still, nda pushing ama files Mozambique. So you are still learning. You know, it's useless to start making an issue on a health of somebody. Even if somebody is sick. Because if somebody is sick, I don't know why send a number, you take it, you mulwele. I want to show what kind of a person are you? Because umuntu nganalwala, you're supposed to sympathize with that person. You're supposed to sympathize with that person. Even if that person is not your friend, is your political adversary, you are supposed to sympathize with that person. You're supposed to pray for that person. No mbayimu ero mwalanga hatred. Imbi akainde ichiremamye bati, look, you people, you hate me. Why do you hate me? No, we don't hate you. We don't hate you. And yet muri busy mure peperera mure tengeresha. Hakainde ichiremana alwala, hakainde ichiremana alwala. Murefu alwale, murefu afue. Muntu muri bantu bamusangoshana. Ninchi muri bantu bamusangoshana. Yalotema politics. That is not how you can turn people to your side. And those who support you in such instances, they are only, they are sadists. They are people with no compassion. Muma politics, ufiro walanga compassion. Ufiro walanga compassion. Na umuntu tawa mutemwa. Na kwataka birthday, ufiro wa happy birthday shanasha. Evo ufiro kuba. So ayama attitude musenda kirikiti showing hatred. It is not the best way to win people on your side. It is not the best way. Even in an instance where you don't like somebody, in politics, you are compassion, being good-hearted attracts people. Ngolefuaya abantu, if you want people, be compassionate. Show that ulimuntu wako tomutima. You are a person with a soft heart. Echo wako politician balirira kono kulira pa stage ahadiro omuntu aponya nefiramba. Because compassion wins people to your side. Compassion wins people to your side. Not nalwala alechimona wa lepuka na munzeko. Awale kusapota nishinabo fipu bafinove. We don't own our lives. Kutuwalwala anytime. What about imwebene? Because you are kind of ichilema mwaikadida, haka inde ichilema mulwele, haka inde ichilema mulwele. Many of you will go. Even me, Erenal, in Jimu Hospital, there were some who were celebrating. Some of them, they have even gone in a national and dipano. Ndege na machungwa. So move very careful. It is very, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it that even people like Wamdala of Redmond can go to talk about Ugurele Wanankan, Wabakatek. Because really, we're afraid member at his age. Mwambo ukulako show Ugurele Wamunenu. No, but anyway, at the end of the day, haka indeshile manokulu alatalwe. I mean, throughout that Hakainde Hichilema has been out of Lusaka. He has been posting pictures, meeting people almost on a daily basis. And yet you are portraying an image that this man, Ale Shikirafi, Adimu ICU, Mwabapishani kanishinangu kupato muntu, chavashani, kupato lupatolu, you are wishing muntu alwale. But imwebe nga toa milolesha. Mule mwoneka fye manda. Na imwebe nga toa milolesha, nga toa micheche to kumilolesha fye kumwabati ale mwoneka fye mandamando. Ale mwoneka fye mandamando. Tema politics are you. That is not how you would win people to your side. Even if you are campaigning for somebody, you are basically taking away from that person. So mwewa aleko shobulelu waka aka inde ichilema. Ngenso nchilishani aka inde ichilema di Lusaka. Maiwaka la womba. And you'll be there. Na my elections ya reisa. He will be there. Leso mwinenga musunga. Nilesa tusunga. You cannot be talking about somebody's health. Takwabo uchita control health yako, takwabo uchita control. All of us, we only rely on God. So if you have be compassionate. Actually, let me even take this opportunity, to offer my condolences to my brother Mundubile, who lost, the mother-in-law. I offer my sincere condolences. And of course, the queen of, the Bemba people, the wife of Mwinelu Bemba, Chitimukulu, passed on. I want to offer my condolences. Usually I don't like to post, my condolences chan pa page. I don't, because in an emotional anyway. I'm a very emotional guy. I'm emotional. So, anyway, I offer my condolences, yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. So, let's be compassionate. We are human beings before. Sometimes you think of, you have to be human. You have to be human. And actually, moving on, I also want to congratulate Brian Mundubile, because Tonse seems to be going somewhere. Tonse seems to be going somewhere. They have received their nomination fees. I really know that I trust that Tonse will not behave like a PF, where you pay a nomination fee but you don't go for the convention. I hope that Tonse, they will be more coherent. They will be more coherent. They have received the nomination fees. Brian Mundubile has filed in, Dan Pula has filed in, and I like the brotherly language that is coming out from the two candidates, because so far what I've learned is that Brian Mundubile and Dan Pule are the ones that are vying for presidency. So, and the language has been cordial. I think that is very mature. We hope that this will run smoothly. I think with that direction, Tonse seem to be having a future. Tonse seem to be having a future. And people should not be distracted with, the PF. But PF, they will not go for convention. But I know Given Lubinda said that they will go for convention in February. I doubt they will go for a convention. I doubt they will go for a convention. But the step that Brian Mundubile has taken, is very good. The step that Tonse has taken, I think that is in the right direction. That is in the right direction. We hope they will fulfill this task, which is very important, to choose a president. I think something will be unfolding. And I really wish that this was done much, much earlier. I really wish this was done much, much earlier. Because now, at this point in time, we have some people pulling away. I also read a statement coming from KBF. KBF Vamdara, I think you are better off being part of that Tonse. I think you are better off being part of that Tonse, So I wish Batonse all the best. But in terms of it will Tonse, as much as it is fragmented, it will give a little bit of credibility, in the opposition. Avena Given Lubinda na Malukulawawo, I know Given Lubinda has already given it up. But Given Lubinda has already given it up, paving way for Makebi Zulu. I know Makebi Zulu is going to emerge, president of the remnant PF. But what the challenge is, they would have to be looking for a purpose vehicle. They will be looking for a purpose vehicle, because FDD is in Tonse. So we are likely to see a situation where the Tonse president, Brian Mundubile, I'm expecting that Brian Mundubile is going to win the Tonse presidency. This, I think it's a no-brainer. It is just what it is. I am expecting that Brian Mundubile will emerge president of Tonse, and I'm sure they will use the purpose vehicle, FDD. But Abena Malukuloko, I don't know which party they will use as a purpose vehicle. What I can advise you people about Muma structures, PF, I urge you to go with Mundubile. Go with Mundubile. Mundubile is not forming another political party. Mundubile is not defecting to another political party. Mundubile is going, with the flow. What is currently obtaining, that is what Mundubile is going with. So, mweva lefo progress, mweva ikadilafati, yo nifo PF, go with Mundubile. Ukuku side yuku, I know, awambi uku kuli malukula, they will be using Edgar Lungu. No, Edgar Lungu, what? To tell you the truth. Edgar Lungu, ewa penyane fintu. Edgar Lungu, ewa unaona opposition. Edgar Lungu, ewa unaona opposition. I won't even pretend that you're Chawana Shan. Edgar Lungu, ewa unaona opposition. And then I started talking about this even before Valungu Tabalafwa. I was agitating to say, please, can Valungu let go of politics? Can Valungu let go of PF and choose a successor? Valungu didn't want. Because he had a plan wanting to install Makebi Zulu. Ili ashida kwa Makebi Zulu, terero ya tampa. Valungu was selfishly, tribally, katushinga kwa liwe chungwa tribally, using tribe, wanted to impose Makebi Zulu. And Tasila as a vice president. Valungu walefwa nitwanikane uyu Makebi Zulu president, vice president Tasila Lungu. There were two other women who wanted to be vice president. But I will not mention their names. But I knew. And in my view, actually, these other two women, especially one particular woman, anyway, Vamumbipiri, for me, Vamumbipiri was coming out as, the best as vice president. And I actually endorsed that because these discussions were there. I actually endorsed Vamumbipiri as vice president. I said, okay, I think it's okay. Vamumbipiri, she's strong and she's got experience. I mean, yeah, So I endorsed that. The problem was party president. Party president, that's where the problem. Ine Makebi Zulu nalimu kene miku itatu. Ngafira Petro akene nankane miku itatu. Nalimu kene miku itatu. 3 times. First I was approached by one of my friends. He told me, Makebi Zulu. I said, no ways. Makebi Zulu is just too junior. Makebi Zulu is not a politician. Another person came and told me. I said, no ways. No, but Makebi Zulu is your lawyer. I said, no ways. 3rd time, another person came to me and told me about Makebi Zulu. Before Valungu Tabalafwa, I refused. And I told you this. Immediately Valungu Tabalafwa, I told you. And some of you were, but who has he told you? Who told you? So, whatever happened, even Ishinombeya Chirido, whatever Makebi Zulu was doing, it was campaign. Epo twa pusanyana wa PF. Some of you don't seem to understand. Some of you, you even accuse me. No, wadia kuyu PND. You are supporting Hakainde Hichilema because of Kangwe. No, you speak for a stomach, I can be stubbornly principled, I can tell you. I can be stubbornly principled. Ilio nale support aba PF na balungu was there. Kangwe kale moneka lekeni miebe. Kangwe kale moneka. Pano nde chula. Pano nde sakanta. Ilio ba PF ba lipo. Ilio balungu ba lipo. Kangwe kale ingira. Using, of course I didn't know. Ukobati, akakabu kangwe kale isa. Kale fuma kuli balungu. Kangwe kale isa through some people here and there. Bali try investigation shani. Eko kangwe kale fuma. And kangwe kale fuma wino sana. Na alepokelera chilamu enshina alepokelera ka $2,500. $2,500. Na tumbi tunsonsera to apamuru. Uyapita na kutumina ka $1 pin dollar. Uyapita na tayari ulishani ule bomba wino sana akupela ka 1 pin shani. And so I was okay. Nedio na ale kano kwa but if imulefo kulete if ya kano kushika walungu na Afrikana. They told me kangwe tukupela tawakamone twala juba. Because waesta lungu na wakana. So if you insist ukwewa tiyo walungu mufile mwashika kangwe twala putula. Bali putula na kangwe. Nomba shinonshi kungwaya wavye. Napako ati mbone $1 pin mumwenshi. Kukosa. So yali cover. So when you are talking about that, no, you speak for your stomach. You don't know. I chose to stand on principle. Pamfo yawa lungu. Me not supporting Makebi Zulu, it is out of principle. I refused Makebi Zulu, even Valungu before Valungu Tawalafu. I can't support Makebi Zulu. I can't support that nonsense. And I didn't know Nachimwene kwati chiwa. Honestly, how can you say Makebi Zulu president, Tasila Lungu vice president? Honestly. How can you do that? Two people coming from the same region. Zambia kulefi abantu babiri from the same region. Mwise mubabika tiyo vice and the president. Mwise muna tontonkanya wino ino. Nalikene sana. Nalikene. So, ilili ashiria kwa marukula tele lo liatampa, kale liatampa. Nomba na wachinja hapa nomba warefu wa marukula. Then vice wa mumbipiri. Bambi obalefu wa niba Frida bananikane banania ba former religious minister. Former religious minister banani bama. Ba Frida acha. Yeah. Former Antoine Kanachani ishina. Basumaili. Ebo balefu wa. Basumaili came up, you know. But it's gravitating kuli ba Antoine Kane ba mumbipiri. But never mumbipiri na limita respect sana. Ba mumbipiri na limita respect. Ba mumbipiri, I can advise you my sister. Pano pa chintu wingi. If mlefu aya ama politics ako bati filondoloke. Kabiye ni Antoine Kane. Kabiye ni kuli mundubire. Uyu Makebi Zulu tapali kwa ala mitwala. Makebi Zulu tapali kwa ala mitwala ndemieba. Makebi Zulu na oba UPND. Anyway, I'm sure na mwisho formula chita. But ndemieba Makebi Zulu's political life is going to get stuck very soon. Very soon. Makebi Zulu's political life is going to get stuck. So na bonsa valesa va ilo kushanshani muye na Makebi Zulu take minine. Makebi Zulu takabebo pa baloti. So na bonsa mwe valeya muye kuli Makebi mule ive pafi Makebi Zulu takaitambe. Ero wa UPND na muka chitefia ulokulondoloka. Mule kaleke Makebi Zulu ake minine. Ma politics aya. Mwika chitefu mwa chitile kuchawama. Ba UPND. Pari na mwa UPND na mwana mwalikuwa tomu ndemwa. You take my politics kwa ni kuchechi. Yes, ni democracy. Yes. Tufile tu awa shani huko. but politics ma politics bamwe abantu aba but uyu Museveni aleta the embarrassment that Makebi Zulu has brought. We cannot come and roll a red carpet for him. No. Fiabupuba. Ma politics anderanda. Ma politics. Hey, no. Hey, Makebi Zulu has got the right. If a fish sungu fienu. Fish sungu fienu. He has got the right. No one can stop him from standing. But politics can. Mungu mfuikishaji sungu chonalanda. He has got the right to contest as president. He is a Zambian. Yes, he's a Zambian. He can stand. No problem. But ama politics na yo. Yali kwatiro umwela wayako. Umwela wayako. And by UPND, mufire mwa making a show that you are the ruling party. Ni mwa karamba ma politics. Mufire mwa konka ma politics mwa twalo mwa leto mwela ulingile mwa politics. Noti china mpofu mwamkulusa chawama. Ele mwamkulande yo chawama is not whatever. Chawama you needed to win it. Apaso apanomba uko kukasa moku poseni kwa mano. You have to make sure mwa wina. Imwe. Ya mama politics te kulekela ku making sure to win. Uku making sure. Mwalishwa ku making sure imu. Uku making sure. Ile ndemi yewanga nadi mu Zambia. Ndete ya bola. Chawama ngatatwarushire. Ine mundu anive. Ebu ndive sofe ndetea ndimukati so ndetea. Teti muitambe wino. So some of this nonsense, if you mlechita entertain if, mwamukonka Makebi Zulu mwakunganga, nabakapokola, parasi mwamusha. What's the point? Ngamuleko muntu ngamwatuma bakapokola mkonkeni uyu. Don't make him image a victor. Don't make him image a victor. Don't make him embarrass Bakapokola. Bakapokola tamufino kula baderera yo. Bakapokola tamufino kula baderera. That's why mwe Terama soldier to come in to sort out issues that Bakapokola bafile batsa sort out. But in Shefoka kwanda pama soldier anyway. Shefoka kwanda pama soldier ndefo kulile keria shiju. But the point is that Bakapokola even bakuchita enforce law and order. Bakapokola even bakuchita investigate. Bakapokola kwata ama detention facilities. Bakapokola kwata ama detention facilities. Bakapokola konka wantu. Ngawapango mulandu bakapokola filo kukonka. It is the police who are supposed to follow people, who are supposed to arrest people and detain people. The moment you start confusing these things, even Vadeki, they are law enforcers. They even investigate. They even arrest. They have got that. It is there in the constitution that they should be able to arrest. They should be able to detain. But na wobe ninga baikata umuntu batwala ku detention, lawful detention center. Lawful detention center, and lawful detention center is in the hands of the police. Yawa in the hands of the police. So some of these things, and sometimes some of these things they may look okay because you are not involved, but you never know what the future holds. You never know what the future holds. You might find yourself in problems. And you find yourself being detained in a wrong place. Being detained by wrong people. Because you created that problem. You allowed that. That's why for me, I emphasize on the truth. Some of you, mulafilo kunchita understand. But Daddy, you have no position. Look, I am supporting my UPND. But please allow me to say if it weke. Because when I do that, it is not just for me. No one is paying me for pointing out a wrong thing. No. Just like no one is paying me. Apandela ndapati waka in the Chile. A lot of you accuse me, hey, whatever. Ndiye miyewe kishinka. In terms of Kangwe, ndafuluka na banani kaneva ababe ne ba confused PF. Ukumya fekishinka. In terms of ka help, ndafuluka na ababe ne ba PF. Muyu PND ba no akwati, you know, I may even count kapishinga tebatatu. Ngateba one girl and just two guys. Two guys. Vyavine bashinguluka shanga ngaya posa sana wamtumina kokafoniwe nchitako shan wakutumina kokangwe. The rest of waambia nothing. Nshira ndana bono kulanda na bona pama phone nothing. So yali wako difficult, and some of you even misunderstood me in my last interaction and na interview na kwete pa Millennium TV. There was a lady that sent me a text message. She said, I mean, you are talking as if you are saying, no, even if Malukula gives you money, then you can work with Malukula. Please don't misunderstand me. Ina adiwafe real. I am real. Inshimiwe pobufi. Miebo kwa wati. I'm a politics. When mama politics, to lead mama politics. For mama politics, to lead mama politics. It doesn't matter who you are and whatever. To apusana fiama levels. Even Donald Trump, nenda la mashakwe. He had people that sponsor him. In spite of whatever, mama politics, you get people to help you. Those who are agreeing with you, they help you. No, by more like Kimuka about you PNG for Tamoishi. You know, you like it. When Tayari is talking about something that you like that. But Tamwa kwa takalaka kwa watu mchite realize kwa watu, okay Tayari alei karashani. Okay Tayari alei stashani ama bandos. Tayari alei ya shani. Panipakwa tinisende wata ila pano. Mfide nadia. Nga nshiri lendine nsala tetinise mkubuwata ila pano. So, you know, you should have that attitude of trying, of helping. This is just a truth. It's a reality. Na alikuwa tabana. Esho na ukaminoke ya mujere. Na alikanoke ya mujere because na lindila mungana mujere. Ngabana bandinka badisha shani. Na alikuwa tabana. Abafile babia. Na alikuwa tabana. Abafile ba kuma skulu. Muno nchikala mfile na alipila renti. So there are those expenses, and when you talk about that, it's not that you have become selfish. It's not that you have become Shanina Wali. You want people to pay you so that you can talk. No, that is nonsense. That is, that is misunderstanding a person deliberately. It's a reality. And thank God that you have a person that can speak truthfully. Ine nshifua kumibepe yawe, ine shani, ndameva vevishinka. And you should be able to help. Va PF at least ndemeve kishinkawe. Karaka 25 ndeka misinga. No mbale kenya ama consequences ya ifyo. Ama consequences where a situation where you become desperate. Because when you become desperate, all want to survive. All of us, our first instinct is to survive. We love a point. No, hey, you are not principled. Whatever. All of us, now we know Paul, your first instinct is to survive. So in a situation where you are desperate, in a situation where you become desperate, what do you think I'm going to do? A day that, vakesanji salirenga ndaino, vakampose panse, now vakashivandi bali kuno, na kia wandi ali kuno, ndi panse pa downstairs padia, na vakomenganda, tayari tawaingile, because taulipire renti. What do you think I'm going to do? Watumina phone bachite. No one is there to help you. palapeni palanafika kana ulipanse muno muchalo chavene. You are outside, you have been kicked out of your house. Imagine this situation. I want you to imagine this situation, how things happen. Ulipanse rent nabakoma ta ulipire nganda, ulipanse nabakashivandi abasuma no mwana wandi umusuma tunalanda na chisungu panse nabakome nganda pali ulipanse elo waisa mfonomba malukula kutumina phone iwe tayari na umfuati na wakukomene nganda yao na wankomena uje kuti wakana kuyasuka phone first of all kuti wabata oni malukulo isha mwasuke. At that point malukula you pick the call. Malukula finish your FYI. Iyo ni ngufu atina ndewe na wakukomena. Iyo apaso ndefu wangu kutumine ka $10 ulipile rent muwekele munganda. Do you think kutinakana? Let's just be realistic. Mwilave watu ilaive pa. It is at that point nomba nga kupela ka $10 nga kupela ka $10 wasotinga ka renti shani Ushe kuti waisa pana waisa yasha makamera pa waisa bati yo malukula kuti wayasha epala nomba mwaisa mfuafe nomba ilo malukula I think malukula you see because of the circumstances nomba pakwati ukame ube strong, you must be supported well. Malukula tetesa nchite tempt ine ngachako watamoke, he will never tempt me. Chimono mwana kashi umwana kashi panganda. It doesn't matter who she is and whatever ngoli mwaume ufilo wa musunga nombo mukashuove na afika kana panganda tapadifia kuja chavana shani elo kwa isa kapetare mfuaya kuya nangu ni ba junior lwa kusumina elo ba junior lwa bamutumina phone umukashuove nangu abeshani pandi momo ina mi whatever they can mewe. Most of us we operate on survival. First of all is survival. So mukashuove panganda na fibipe fintu baisa mutumina phone kuli junior lwa gelo ulishani kuya if you have ma politics. So ama politics tufira ture sungana and we have got different capacities. There are those awa kweteko ka capacity bala bambita wakweta ma capacity futa tukweta capacity na nshikwete capacity teti mibepe and nshifisa no kufisa nshikwete capacity ngani kuna naikala chabana wesi ngandiko Muzambia at least it's better kuti washisha kwa malata bakuitako kulikana nke noka computer na kafofila fine waya walungisha koka computer wakwatako. It's different, but here it is very difficult. And this, I say this genuinely from the bottom of my heart. Not to say, ulefo malukula kushite. No. That is not being sold. That is not selling. It is expressing a genuine concern, a genuine need. And if you really want somebody to continue helping you, muma politics yarikava efo yaba fear, you must be able to help that person. If you fail to help that person, the people that are helping you politically, because mwaliko atefifulo out of our talking, you remain in positions, you remain in power. Na mulafola. You have a life. So you must help those that are not in positions so that you keep your power, you keep your jobs. Otherwise, ngatuambo kumingira munomba, tayari tababuino, tayari is not stable, tayari whatever. Iwe, ama politics te charity. Ama politics te charity lekeni miebe. Mwila iwe pa. Ama politics te charity. Ero nangunga mwaloresha ba politician. Tell me one politician to you politician you. Ala ipangile ndalama ni nani? Tell me. Ni nani? Tell me at you ala ipangile ndalama. Yes, there are those who were doing business before, But ingo ingira mma politics. ila vako file sa fyafunda ukafila vafe fimbi and you start relying on politics. That's why you see people, even those that are in government before, they never stop politics. Balachita bafuma but bafuma balafirwa ila shupa, because it becomes difficult. Even people, professionals such as lawyers, umuntu adini lawyer na company alikwete established company, the moment aingira politics, it becomes very difficult for that person to come out of politics and go and continue being a lawyer. It becomes difficult if we have politics. Ukukonkanya pokutira politics filafine na nguni to business to politics wayapo kakatenda pa because na bakuishiba ero muira ibepa. A lot of you are making money out of UPND being in power. A lot of you are making money because UPND is in power, and yet mrefa mpiri mukanomba tayari taba stable tayari ni mushani na bwadi na imweme nani mwa mushani na bwadi, just that you are lucky Hakainde Hichilema has appointed you. But when Hakainde Hichilema has appointed you, make sure that you look after others who will help you to keep power. Because if you don't help those people who will help you to keep power, mukafumamu power. And abantu nga bale chula, isilengo kwati abantu batambo kumilwa. Why people will start fighting you when you are in power? It is because bale chula. Nangufeine wine panondi, fishing kefindemi eva. You don't expect me at yon karalumba keyo by UPND nde chula. Anyway, it won't. Don't expect me that no karapunda keyo ba Hakainde Hichilema. No. That is the fact. Hepala nomba kukosa nomba awe Hakainde Hichilema tapale for lechita. Hakainde Hichilema tapale for lechita. Hakainde Hichilema has failed. No, Hakainde Hichilema has not failed. The situation is just that you are not being sustained, you are not being helped, and you are getting help from somewhere. And you start talking. That's why you are even seeing. I mean, give nani once our even those who are opposed to UPND. If those people, for example, Uyu at Nanu, Uyu at Shishua is a bitter person. Shishua is one of those people who is frustrated, who has not been taken care of. If Shishua was given a job, Shishua would have been vehemently supporting UPND, defending Hakainde Hichilema. No mbanicho Shishua now, problem yakwe. It's not that Shishua was not looked after. Shishua was offered a job, but Alefu enchito himbi, Alefu aisadide. Kuichefia, Shishua. So you shouldn't blame UPND because UPND had a position for you, but you wanted another position. And Hakainde Hichilema said, no, I'm not going to have it. But you are busy attacking UPND. Hakainde Hichilema is tribal. Hakainde Hichilema, whatever. He's frustrated. So some of these people, you should look at them from this perspective. He wouldn't be there. Even some of these people who have been appointed, if I told they were not appointed, you would have been seeing what they would have been saying. So, no, we all help each other. We help each other. You are in that position, you are getting paid. And you even get some of the advantages of being in government. Because some of us turavuka 02 tuambo kulanda. Tuambo kulanda kachira kalevat so tayari apana vuka levat alevomba. Ndevomba. And once if you can lie, you can pretend. I don't rely on whatever. We know better ma politics for yava. We know better. So don't you mwila vipangati yo chanti ni momo mwaliba. No, we know better. Na imwene wala mitumina koka something. So mwila no, me I can sustain myself. Me I can whatever. No. Do we know I'm a politics for yava? We know I'm a politics for yava. So kutimwabepa bovene. But some of us we know how politics operate. We know. So if we and this is how you look after people. And when you are looking after people, people see that you are looking after people. That is how you turn crowds into votes. More politics, they can hear. It is about looking after people. Hey, I tell you, Muma politics is about looking after people. Muma politics is about looking after people. If you don't have resources, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Hey, tayari, but you don't even contest your elections. Hey, who is your SG? Who is whatever? Muma politics, you must look after people. You can't be a president with people surrounding you, Tabareria. You can't be. You can't be. If you are a president and you have got people surrounding you, it's not charity. It's not charity. They must eat somehow. Or at least they must have hope that my Rubakaria. If you have politics, that's why we fight. Politics, we don't fight. No, we just want to save. We just want to save. Why do we want power? We want power so that we can control the resources. And when we are controlling the resources, we take it, we benefit as well. Power is not about power for nothing. It's power to control the resources. That's why we go in politics. In politics is a warfare, is a power fair to control resources. To control resources. That's why we fight. And all these people who are fighting, they are fighting so that they can control the resources of the country and benefit in turn. You can only be lucky if you elect a person like Hakainde Hichilema, who is there. Yes, he is also benefiting in some way, but at least let my country move forward. That is the only difference. All of us, we fight for power so that we can control the resources. We can control the resources. But the only difference is that some politicians, they go in to control the resources and they take a bigger chunk, forgetting the people that voted for them. That is the only difference. And in this instance, when Hakainde Hichilema, let Hakainde Hichilema continue. It is because at least Hakainde Hichilema is thinking of the people. He's thinking of the people. He is pushing for the betterment of the lives of Zambians. That is the only difference. Because they will come and control the resources for themselves. That is the difference. Others, they will control the resources for the people. Others, they control resources for themselves. Eva PF. Avena PF, avena Marukula. Avena Marukula. Avena given Luvinda. They will control resources. They want to control resources for themselves. They want to control resources for themselves, not for the country. Not for the country. Not even if I'm Dala of Redmond. Niva socialist. Let's look at him as a businessman. Nshayoko. Nalafisha. But really, it is about controlling the resources. So controlling the resources, abantu ngabale kusupport tayari. Bafwile vadia. You must eat with people. If you don't have money, don't waste people's time. Don't waste people's time. Politics costs. Politics has a cost. Politics has a cost and a huge cost. If you don't have the resources, don't waste people's time. So tonight, in turning, because Nakulalanda Parifi, I'll be talking about how to turn the crowds into votes. This is like a theme that I'll be running with until the elections. So every day I'll be talking about different aspects on how to turn votes how to turn crowds into votes. So number one, lelo, isambirilo lya lelo, tonight is lesson. Number one is be compassionate. Be compassionate. Don't talk about, don't celebrate the misery, the personal misery of a person, such as his health. No. Even umuntu otawatemwa nganalwala, you should offer sympathy. Be compassionate. Number one, compassionate draws people to you. Abantu nga bakumona, if people see you to say, no, he's a compassionate person, he's a good man, he is a good man. Ala mulya mu vote, mulya mu booth mulya. Fyali pusana na kunse. Kuno kunse muntu kutalela ndawe, ndefwayo you. Shan. The very person that is talking from outside, ngaya ingira mu booth ni fimbi. Bala chinja. What makes people decide to vote for you? It is if they see you as a person, as a good person, as a good woman, as a good man. That is very, very important. People must see you as a good man. If you want to win people's hearts, show yourself as a good man. Show yourself as a good woman. How do you show yourself as a good man? Be compassionate. Show love to people. Show that show that you don't have hatred. Show that. You must not show it. Show, be compassionate. Number one. Number two, resources. I'm politics, state charity. If you are going to engage people, don't think that because walanda na vo chapa open and it take over to you are buying people. No. It is not to say you are going, everyone wants money. No. Sometimes people just appreciate to see you helping others. You must show that you are ready to share. You must show that you are ready to share. This is where I'm going. This is my lessons for tonight. Be compassionate. Ichirilo shani, be there. Umuntu na alwala, be there. Call people, just greet them. How are you? Be compassionate. Show that you are a people person and you are willing to share. Show that. If you are not able, if you don't have resources to share, come and sit with me here. Let us support others. If you don't have resources to share, come. Let us support others. And as we support others, eventually, in a way, we may have resources and be able to contest. Otherwise, you are wasting your time. Na chimona wana nkale ati ine nilibe cho mipasa na mipwele sera chabe manja yanga ya mena nani pasa mulungu nizami sebenzera. You think that is a campaign message? You think that's a campaign message? Na mipwele sera manja yanga ya nizami sebenzera. Tefyo yava. You must be practical. Look at the way Thomas Sipalo is doing. Thomas Sipalo, at my elections, 2021, he performed very well, by the way. Very, very well. Thomas Sipalo. And ever since, Thomas Sipalo has not left Munali constituency. He's always in Munali. He's known. He goes round. But that is a story for another day. For tonight, be compassionate. Don't celebrate the misery of others. Don't see. Be sympathetic. Be compassionate, and show that you can share. Find a way to show that you can share. If you don't have what to share, don't waste your time to go into politics and thinking that people will vote for you. So I'm leaving it there for tonight. I'm opening phone lines. Remember, Show compassionate. Show compassionate. Fiawu pubefe, akainde nchilema mulwele, or even your whatever candidate ule imini nangu. Awe, yu mulwele, awe, shan. Be compassionate. You will draw people towards you. You will turn crowds into votes if you show compassionate. If you show that uli muntu, awe ulia muntu. Awe ulia muntu. Ngawatampo kulande fya bantu, awe ulia muntu. Happy Mampa. What you are doing, that is good. That is good. People can physically see you in the constituency. People can physically see you. People can relate to you. Relation, association. It's another issue. Another issue. There are so many issues. Hey, Daddy, how can you talk about turning votes, turning crowds into votes? Yotawa imininapo. Tawa monapo ati, tawa ishwati was Mourinho was not a highly competitive player, and yet he became one of the best coaches in the history of football. I just don't have resources. That's why. Ngani ngwatama resources mdala kuti mwakapitamo. Even without resources, but when I contested, I pulled votes. I didn't have resources, much resources, but with the little that I had, I pulled votes. You need to be compassionate. You need to show that you are willing to share. People love that. That is what will make people vote for you. Otherwise, mube peref. Tamule tuma. Oh, by the way, it's my phone. I follow you very well. I support the incumbent president. I have one concern which I would like to bring to your attention and try to speak on my behalf and many other voiceless civil servants. Allow me, Mr. President, to do so. Yape a message yo. What has the civil servants done? I know I'm a civil servant. From my understanding is that I'm a civil servant. Nakasara divali vavikira ko. Isn't that what is obtaining? Anyway, that is a story for another day. Tia nalenka ili tumenipo ulandenipo 50 years chilifatayari. You don't have resources. You don't have resources. I don't have. My politics take over to you. Don't think that that's good enough for you to go into politics. Politics cost money, not no. Politics cost. Ngolengira ma politics, especially if you want to contest. Ufidena usungapo because even nama nomination fees rupia. Nama nomination is rupia. You need transport. People to move from one place to the other. Even when people are campaigning, at least buy them lunch. Even during the time of voting, you must be able to provide for those who are helping you. I want to be a politician. I grew up here in Kabwata. Hey, vote for me. Who cares? You grew up in Kabwata, but does that mean that now that's it? Hello?
So Warishan Mkwaiwa president.
Yeah, I'm quite Murishan Naim.
Mfaturi Fabuino. Awe. Na tumikonta neshomulela nda sire tukula sana pakalamba. Lelo ninkwata ko mukwaika konseni ndefa nchipusheko. M7 yomule umfwa president nali tusakamika magama ofuma civil servants ama negotiation batampire mu November na nomba bachinjafye iyo nomba next month iyo nomba March no na tusakama ofuma civil servants tulepo amuturandire ko bushendi isetika mukwaye batolekeshe vuba gateka twali batemusha sana so batu afwe ko baturundire ko ndarama batinje ko condition na upgrade baturundire ko bachinje ko abantu kare bambo kuchita act umuntu for 5 years at act to am staff grade so tulepo abantu afurishe ko mukwaye ma concern yesu ngama civil servants twatotera bakateka watu ali batemwa sana tuyapakaramba mure womenye karamba sana mukonkanyepo ba president we batayari twatotera sare nchingirira kalesa ale bipara sana twatotera mukwaye. Thank you.
Wait a minute before Tamulaya. So yerama negotiation because I heard you cover ba civil servants bale balundiro rupia ama negotiations tayarapwa
ama possession ba president batambire mu November bashandianda batampa within a week bayemanika again abapera mu January bali kwa just atamba 15 again bachinja again abatulom party mu March up to now there is nothing and ngafuma civil servants na tusakamana. I know we are worried, so let the president act because wakateka ngachinja situation abaturandira ko kuisera tushetika. So every president twakurisheni ko bugwaye
yo fyamfwika na totera sana fyamfwika and you know this is what I'm talking about. People must be able to benefit but massive servants they must be able to benefit, they must be able to feel that mubu teko kwa UPND if into nafisashani nafibawa mina. That is the only way they will keep UPND in power. The moment people start feeling that that means, I mean, they will change. They will change. Sharing, caring for people. So, Iridia Shijama civil servants. Anyway, I will try to ask around. I'll try to ask around to hear what is the situation. But surely, you know, every year they must be able to increase. If intuna fia pamulu, although kakwacha kale chitabwino pochwa mine, kakwacha kale chitabwino. So at least that gives us hope. Hello?
Hello, yes, Mr. President.
Yes, my brother.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah. I hear you saying that you basically are not getting anything from the UPND and otherwise you don't mind basically being helped.
Yeah, of course.
However, I wanted to find out, are there 5 promises the UPND made you can point at and say that they have implemented and further help the larger group of the people of Zambia?
Very good question. You are basically saying, I mean, UPND made promises. Are there promises that they made which they have fulfilled? I think that's your question, right?
Right.
Yeah, good. So, one of the things that President Hakainde Hichilema promised is to make sure that he controls the economy. Controlling the economy, what is that? What is that? What do we mean when we say controlling the economy? Controlling the economy is whereby the country has got a stable economy such that there is money coming in the country. Money coming in the country and going to the people. That is one of the things that President Hakainde Hichilema promised. Controlling the economy is making sure that there is money that is coming into the country and that money is being channeled to the people. Now, one of the problems that we had, number one, was the issue of debt. We had so much debt and the money that was coming in was going to servicing the debt. And unfortunately, even some of this money which was coming in was going in people's pockets. Kasakakandarama, if you remember. If you remember, some slave queens playing with money. If you remember, cadres playing with money. You see? So this was one of the biggest problems, and Hakainde Hichilema was using the word hemorrhaging. We were hemorrhaging. Our economy was hemorrhaging. Money was going to servicing debt. Part of the money was going in people's pockets. And when Hakainde Hichilema came in, one of the things that he started with is to say, can we make sure that we negotiate the debt so that when the money is coming in, we don't take all of it to servicing debt. And that is how the debt restructuring came about. And that one, using their language, if you like, it is a coin. Okay, so they scored one promise. Hakainde Hichilema used to speak about the date. And since he came into power, he has managed to negotiate for that debt restructuring. Somebody will say, but how am I benefiting out of that? How are you benefiting out of that? How you are benefiting out of that is that now that we are not paying that debt, we are able to stabilize inflation, for example. Okay, we are able to stabilize inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is a situation.
Inflation has risen to an all-time high of 16% in Zambia.
Well, today it's at 15%. When UPND came into power, what was inflation?
And that's an all-time high.
What was the inflation when UPND came into power?
To my knowledge and my records, it should have been about 9%.
No. It was not a single digit when UPND came into power. I need to check that.
The highest it had gone to under the PF, I think, was 12% at most.
I have to check the statistics on inflation because I haven't checked that for some time. But nonetheless, the point that I'm trying to, but today it might be that owing to a number of factors, but I think the UPND has tried, the most part of UPND governance, the inflation has been quite low during the time of UPND. But of course, these are things that you must look at the statistics. But all in all, I know for sure that at least Hakainde Hichilema has managed to stabilize the economy by especially this issue of negotiating the debt. Inflation at 11.2. It was at 21%. Anyway, somebody saying it was at 21%. But I will not discuss that because I have to look at the figures myself. And I will come back on this subject. But I'm very sure that the economy at least has stabilized. Even the dollar. Look at the kwacha is performing very well.
The dollar also reached an all-time high. The dollar also reached an all-time high of 29.
My brother, what is the dollar today? What is the dollar today?
No, but obviously, Mr. Tayali, when you look at every government, in election year, every government, whether political or whether fast.
Okay, fine.
Every government has managed to reduce the dollar in election.
Okay, tell me.
Government that has
tell me.
Even when the PF say yes, we left the dollar at 17. We know that those are not true figures.
My brother,
and we can say that about the government right now.
My brother, you are saying it reached 29.
Yes,
when did it reach 29, and for how long did it stay at 29? When?
It reached an all-time high. I can check here on. Let me just do that.
Listen, my brother. Listen. You are giving me a vibe that you are on the negative side because the dollar fluctuates. Sometimes it will go down, especially when we had that drought. We had a problem. So it is possible sometimes it will go up, but usually there is a stability, and surely there is a stability in terms of the exchange rate. there is stability. That is for sure. Yes, we may have instances here and there.
It has been
but
constant, but I can also say that it has been constantly high.
no. Constantly high. What? What is the average? Tell me what is the average. Tell me what is the average.
I can give you stats here to say that from about February 2024, the dollar was at 27.14, and then it had dropped towards the end of 2024 to about 25.46. That was around the average. So we can say the average was 25. And then from 2025, January, all the way up to about May 2025.
Okay, listen, my brother.
Had reached...
Listen, my brother.
Yes,
you are basically catching me off guard, because those figures that you are talking about, I've not had a chance, to analyze them. Let me.
It's there on Google. You can just do Zambian kwacha to US dollar, and it brings you a timeline. You can choose 5 years, 1 month, 1 year, 1 month. You can find an average.
Listen, my brother. Listen, I am not saying I cannot do that, and I can assure you, I am quite good. I might even be far much better than you.
No, I know you're an IT guy.
I can do far much better than you in getting these figures. But you are cutting me off guard. Today I'm talking politics, and I'm talking about how to convert votes into how to convert crowds into votes. So those issues of what UPND has really done, I'll be able to talk about them in the program, and I can assure you I will come back with those figures, and you should send me a message, because the day I'll be talking about this house, I want to invite you specifically to say, Bwana, today I'm talking figures. Can you come and hear so that we can engage better? I don't like to speculate. I want to speak with facts. And at the moment, I am very sure that from my perspective, generally speaking, that under UPND, the economy has at least stabilized. That is how we have even been able to stockpile our reserves. Our reserves today, they are standing at 5.2, which is, a record high. And then apart from that, Hakainde Hichilema has delivered in education. There is free education. And we are seeing the results. Look at how the children passed this time around. The people were saying, no, in schools, children, they are crowded, they won't be learning, they won't be quality education. But we are seeing that statistics are showing that our children are doing well in schools. Then there is CDF. CDF, I think, is another game changer. CDF is another game changer where money is going into the community, and the people are making decisions on what they should implement in the communities. Then talk about the mining sector. The mining sector, the UPND, at least they are putting it on track. Sorry?
No, you can go ahead.
Yeah. They are putting...
I wanted to cut you short and say that I don't think CDF is actually being used the way it should be used, and I wouldn't say it's a game changer. I think the idea is there, but the implementation is not there.
Okay.
But I didn't want to cut you off.
Okay, so you are right. You are right that it has not reached its perfection, but I'm sure you and I can agree that it's a good policy, isn't it? Isn't CDF a good policy?
Right, no, definitely.
Yeah. So
no, definitely.
The implementation.
It's exactly my question. I said,
the implementation.
It's exactly my question. Why I said what promises have been made and actually been implemented properly the way they should be, and how it has affected the people. That was my initial question.
And I'm sure you believe that I'm answering that. Am I not answering that? Am I not pointing to some of the things that UPND has achieved?
Mm-hmm. Right. In theory.
Not in theory. What is CDF is not theory.
No, I'm listening, sir.
Okay, but CDF is not theory. Free education is not theory. It's there. It's happening. Feeding program is there. It's happening. What is that? Job for money for work, something like that. You know, in terms of social cash transfer, it is happening. So they have delivered. Of course, they have not delivered everything, you know, to the best, but at least we are in the right direction.
You, Mr. President.
Sorry. Hello. 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 Okay. Let me tell. I think that guy went. I don't want to look like I've cut him. Hello. I'm sure this guy is coming.
Hello?
To. Yes.
Asenza bwanji.
Bwino bwanji.
Awo bwino. Awo mugira ntchito ekulu maningi mwe.
Zikomo.
Ningofuna kamba kuti pali nanikana abantu bamene vamakabati ati president sana sezeko kuti vonza abantu vadabwisana maningi vantu ava. Because kai vakambati ati kulibe promission yamuna promise msungu twani yamuna staff kulibe 1. Dale the subject tab in the tab from the because tikangana buno chabe mbamba sekukutana nekambuno tumuona. Kulipo ungachara kitu kwaje sungaplela hapo fiti wewe baina kwa chabe. Ndio mwana mngabuyi kitu kwaje. Hapo kama mnafanya zibamia na bula maisara hiyo mimi na bula nanga nanga na fakira kwaje kwa. 300 mkopo kwaje. Jangan apa kaya jaso pada mengawasi itu nggak usah boleh apa itu kan. Ini sebab guna pilihan nanti boleh. Dan kita ni mula kampak kan apa nanti ya jawab mai. Ikarama ija kita depan kerja kuilu the problem dia ni nak apa ni. Candidate wa promise na buat apa aja. Akili kuna problem sasa ndio akili sasa hapa kapakuti na live ndio ngakambira ko chabe wantu so chabe ko ndio sasa mai ndio kamba sasa na ngutatu so ngani ndana ko ninataka kukana kama ndio kamba ki ni mkani botera mafama zila pasa nanga ni ndrambe zila pia ndrambe mafama so manje ndio kuganza che mpita be lakini tak kutawama kujamani mafama zwa gangira ngati bali kila bani mafuma zili tadi ni mtu kutawama na mtu dia pasi ya mafunika
no
kama kunika ni message yako ya
no zikomo mwana
zikomo kwambi
So the issue is that UPND and President Hakainde Hichilema in particular has really tried to put things in order. The challenge that is there at the moment is that some of the things that they are doing have not yet reached a fruition stage. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Evening, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, I just wish even anaorganizangu ni okay mwamene muvutikira imwe watayari just to explain is area just a way you struggle to explain this area this is I would have thought for you because okay chabe okay adunga kuti maganiza bwino chabe sometimes ngatama vya
uziwa uzako
kule program yanu kasimizio because you try your best to explain at least maybe one from the face even wali mama miezi yose anasiana kuti maybe on the face mumaesa maona ka because maele no kwesa nimbandia ni avoti mabagwenzi okuvuta but it tell you I have to explain mbukusi wamezesa watu wa muzi wamami
So since chapafupi so even them open they should understand about you are struggling. Okay, they are failing, but you are explaining their failures so that maybe they don't understand what is happening, they can understand. So if they are listening, as I'm saying, I think they have to consider you. They can consider you, but they have to consider you because of the way you are struggling. So it's not easy. It's not easy
No,
to explain someone's failure. It's not easy.
no,
To
zikomo
defend
mwana.
someone's failure, it's not easy. Zikomo.
Zikomo. Yeah, niyovuta. I think I lost you, but it was a very good discussion. I would like to speak to you further. Yeah, indeed. I will engage. I will come back with these figures. But generally, really, the UPND has done well, and I can assure you, if UPND had not won 2021, things would have been worse off. If UPND did not win 2021, things would have been worse off. Anyway, I think I'll leave it here for tonight. We'll come and engage. Today is Friday. I'm hoping to come back on Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia. Good night.